Hi, this is Nicola Fox from Reflexology, and I have joined forces with Louise Coleman from Messy Senses to put together a reflexology sensory box using various fidget toys. So I'm sure you're probably aware that fidget toys are great to use to help cope with stress and anxiety. So what I really wanted to show you today is how you can use them applying the theory of reflexology and use them in different ways that will still help with that stress and anxiety, but with a focus on specific areas of the body. So a little bit about reflexology. Reflexology is a complementary therapy, and it works through applying touch to the hands and feet. Specifically, I'm going to talk about the feet in terms of the hands in terms of the fidget toys. So through applying touch, what it does, it stimulates the nerve endings in the hand, and it sends messages to the related body part to calm and relax. So each part of our hand represents a different part of the body. So we've got the head and the brain area, we've got the lung area across the balls of the hand, we've got the digestive area around this middle part of the hand, and it's the same on both of our hands. We included within the box is a hand map just for you to refer to. It's not got all of the reflexes on, it's just got the basic ones and the ones that you'll need to know for the fidget toys. So you won't need to remember where all of the body parts are on the hand as I talk through this. So for example, we've got the head and the brain and the thumbs. So by applying touch, and ideally it wants to be positive touch, it wants to be a positive experience when using these toys, and a way that it can be used for calming and relaxing. So even just doing that with your finger is a great way to help the brain and the head calm. And what it's doing is stimulating the nerve endings and sending messages to your brain to do exactly that, just that. So we will have a look. There's 11 different items in the box that I will talk you through. So the first one we have is a pea pod. And that's great. So basically you squeeze in the little peas out of the pod. So with the head and the brain in mind, we're going to use the tops of the thumbs and all the tops of the fingers, which link a part of the brain, part of the brain stem. So with this one, trying to use each finger and squeeze in those peas out, and same on the left hand. Do it both together, do it all hands, fingers on, depending on how bigger hands. So what this is doing, it will be stimulating those nerve endings in the ends of the fingers to help calm the mind and the brain. So you'll notice as I go through, I always start with the right hand and then do the left hand. If you can do that and encourage your child to do that, then that's great. The right hand kind of relates to things in the past, and the left hand is more what's kind of going on within the mind and the body at the current time. So also with this one, we are going to look at the chest area, which is the balls of the hand. I'm just going to place that on the balls of the hands, and using the fingers, squish, hold, and release. Squish, hold, and release. This is working the lungs and the chest area. And ideally, doing this 5 times on each hand. Do 5 times just to allow the body to actually respond to that pressure that we are applying. If young children or children that find it more difficult, you can start off with 1 or 2 and then try and build that up. You can do more than 5, that's not a problem, but it's a good number to kind of start off with. Another one you can do with this, so I said the digestive area, where it's kind of all this lower part of the hand. So literally pressing, squeezing those peas out and just moving it all around that hand, or using the fingers, pressing it in. That way, you're working the brain and you're working that digestive area. The same on the other hand. Doesn't matter which way up you have the peas. It'd be easy to have it that way to push them out. Moving it in all directions and applying that pressure. But certainly that is a good one for the brain. Okay, now we have the marble mesh. So again, great for working thumbs and that first finger and squishing it up and down. You do it with all fingers, great, might be a bit trickier, but another good one to do with this is coming down your third finger and the crease of the hand there. That spot there is called the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is a network of nerves that radiate around our body, and that's often where we get that butterfly feeling. So placing the marble on that point and press and hold and relax. Press and hold, holding for a couple of seconds, and lift up. Again, we're looking at 5 times. We'll do the same on the left hand. So down the middle finger to the crease in the hand, place it in there. If it's more difficult with the hand that they don't write with, using the other hand, you can press, hold, and lift up, making sure that you're pressing on that point. And then another we've got in the crook of the hand here, right in that V. This is the adrenal gland. So this is for our fight, flight, or freeze. So when we've got lots of adrenaline being pumped around our body, we want to calm that down. This is the spot in here. So again, with this marble on that spot, and if you can, press with your fingers. You can apply the pressure relevant to you and your child. You may be able to do this them yourself, so you may be able to hold it onto the hand, find that position, and press on. So I'm right in that little V dip there, hold it in and press. We're doing that 5 times. So that's a great one for the marble mesh. We've also got the squishy ball. So this placed in the middle of your hand and squishing in. Great sound to it. Really squeezing it in. Now again, this is great for pressing onto that adrenal and solar plexus. This 5 times. This is also a good one for breathing. So as squishing in, breathe in and breathe out and release. Again, if you can, 5 times on each hand. Again, start with 3 and build up. Great that it all pops out, but it really is got multiple uses. Breathe it in. Breathe out. Breathe in. So 5 times on each hand. So that is the squishy ball. Next we have the chain ring. So this is a great one for putting it on the tops of the fingers and thumbs. I'm going to start with the thumb. Actually, at the side of the thumb, along the nail bed, we have the pineal. So the pineal helps to release melatonin, and melatonin is what helps us sleep. So for any children that have sleep issues, this is a good one to be able to use. So you can put that around the thumb and squeeze, and you get in that point at the top of the thumb where it's stimulating that melatonin. Again, 5 to 10 turns would be great. And actually, you can do it on all the tops of the fingers. So it just helps release that tension in the brainstem. Doing that on each finger. I'm going to do it a couple of times just to demonstrate. And then the same on the left hand. Might want to spend a little bit more time focusing on that thumb, especially for that pineal area. It's nice to do it on each one, just so it kind of balancing the body. And you feel like that you've got that release of tension in each finger. You can squeeze it in, so don't worry if it's a little bit big. You can just squeeze it in and get the right pressure. Another good one for this is the crease of the hand. Here underneath the balls of the hand is the diaphragm. So the diaphragm is the muscle that helps us to breathe. So I've got this on my thumb and kind of cupping my hand. I'm just going to roll it backwards and forth over that diaphragm line. The diaphragm is a muscle that helps us breathe. So this is a really good one to help slow down breathing. Again, 5 times on each hand. You can have it on your finger and do exactly the same wherever it's most comfortable. So that we have the wire ring, sorry, the ring chain. We've got the wire ring that is next, and this is certainly one of my favorites. So this, we're going to work the whole of the thumb and the fingers. So within the thumb, we've got the neck, throat area, we've got the head. I'm just rolling it up and down, ideally 5 times on each finger and thumb. So with the fingers, they are linked to the sinuses, parts of the brain, and the teeth. This is a good one for releasing tension in all that head area. You can really feel the tension releasing with this one. Just demonstrating it once on each one for you, but if you can go maybe start with 1 but increase it up to 5, that would be great. Oh, popped off. I need to keep myself even. Again, with this one, you can put it around the tops of the finger where the pineal is, and just squeeze it, necessarily twist around, but just applying a bit of pressure and squeezing either sides. And you can do that again on the ends of each of the finger, but this is a good one to use in terms of helping with sleep. So that is the wiring. Next, we've got a feather, and this is great for using along the arm. So I'm going to start at the fingertips and go all the way to the elbow, nice and slowly. So particularly with soft touch and with reflexology in general, it can help to release oxytocin. So oxytocin is the happy hormone, and this is a great one, particularly hands, legs, back, face, just to do nice and gently down is a really great way to relax. I've started on the left then, but if you can start on the right and then move over to the left. We've got the finger beanbag. So again, head, brain area, squishing in all of the fingers on, spending time doing little rotations, little circles. The important, doesn't matter what they do, the important thing is trying to get each finger involved in it. Like spend as long as they like doing this. This is also a great one to use again back on the chest area and squeeze in like we did for the pea pod. And again, in that digestive area, just moving it different parts around the lower bit of the hand, or using the other half to push in. Applying that bit of pressure. In fact, I'm just going to go back to this squishy ball while we're looking at the digestion. So with this, you can use it to roll around the hand. You can see I'm going in a clockwise direction. So with this, we're following the flow of the colon. And then when I move over to my left hand, I continue in that clockwise direction, and rolling the ball round. Again, the colon starts on the right hand and follows over to the left hand. So we're just following that flow. Right, we have now also got a stretchy man. So these are great for breathing techniques. So holding it, ideally holding it in the chest. I'm going to hold it a little bit higher so you can see. Holding it chest height and breathe in to stretch the arms and breathe out as the arms come back in. You can hold and then release. So you want to be doing that 4 times. And we're going to do the same, but holding the chest and a leg. And again, holding back at chest height. This time breathing in and down to the stomach. And breathe out. So what this is trying to do is trying to get them to breathe in deep from the stomach area. And if you can start with one and need to build it up, that's absolutely no problem. Deep breathing is quite difficult, so it's trying to get the hang and understanding of what a deep breathing or a big breath is. So then do the second leg. So that's a good little exercise for that one. Again, the same with bubbles. So using the bubbles to practice that deep breathing. So practice big breath in, big breath out. I'm really trying to get to hold that breath out, because it's just as important breathing as breathing in to breathe out. So I'm really trying to emphasize making lots of bubbles and those big breaths out. So that's a really good one to just to practice and to understand what we mean by big breaths or deep breathing. We've then got these lovely emotion fans, which are great if your child doesn't communicate or finds it difficult to communicate how they are feeling. So we've got different ones that they can use to identify how they are feeling. And I think it's always great to kind of note down how they said they're feeling, maybe give them an option of some of the fidget toys, and then it's, again, after that, find out how they're feeling again, and find out which of these toys have been really useful to help with how they're feeling at that particular moment. It might be that a different one works at different times, and by having this information down, you can have a look back and try and review what's actually working and what's really helping with them. Finally, there is a little bit of grapeseed oil. Now, this is what I use when I do my reflexology. You just literally need 1 drop. 1 drop goes a long way. And then just rubbing it into the hand. So I'll just give you a quick technique that you can do using this in terms of reflexology. So I'm going to go with, my hands are a bit dry, so I'm going to pop another one on. You can use more than 1 drop, it normally goes a long way. So I'm going to go and show you the digestive area. So using this part of your knuckles, I'm going to sweep underneath the little finger towards the thumb. And I'm just going to do that 5 times. And then I'm going to do the same on the left hand. 1, 2. Covering all of that digestive area, but also the solar plexus. So coming down that middle finger, placing it on the line under the ball of the hand, and just doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the same on the left hand. These are not essential to have with the grapeseed oil. It is unscented, so they're not essential to do with this. You can still do the techniques without them, but it just gives a little bit of it's just a bit smoother to certainly to carry out the digestive area technique. So if anybody thank you listening to all the information regarding all of the 11 items in the Reflexology Sensory Box. If you do like any information, then please do check out my details that are also in the box, and I can more than happy to have a chat with you about them and how they can help and work for you and your child. Thank you.